so let's talk a little about, I mean, we understand now your journey in terms of religion and how you got from, just a regular secular boy to become an actual rabbi and a Chabad rabbi who's interested in Hasidic teachings and the Rebbe's teachings. How did that affect your music, your career? Let's hear a little about, I mean, how did you get to be so big in the music industry that I understand you were number one in Spotify in Israel, and
Uh,
you signed a record deal. You're one of the few religious singers who was able to sign a record deal with a big record company. So tell us a little about that.
So I think that it empowered me a lot. I'd once a rabbi say to me that the more you know, the more freedom you have in
Mhm.
your learning. And I had stopped music completely in college. One, because I was like, I need to focus in order to do well. And I was always writing prior. So I was like, I can't be writing music all the time. But I'd stopped completely, partially because I didn't know where to go forward. Like, I was like, am I even allowed to do that? Like, all the artists
Mhm.
that I liked when I was younger are like, I see them as now I see them on the other side of the spectrum. Like maybe they're doing the complete opposite of what God wants sometimes. And,
Right.
so it was just like, and also not having a Jewish version of education on this, you use a lot of worldly ideas of like angels and demons or good and bad,
Mhm.
heaven and hell type stuff. And I was like, well, this feels like a lot of this stuff is on the other side.
Mhm. Mhm.
So
Right.
as I learned more and more, and I had different mashpiyim mentors and rabbis that would speak to me, is like, no, the Rebbe would always say, utilize your gifts for positive. Um, and also I had multiple interests. I've always wanted to start businesses and
Mhm.
and I was studying accounting, and I mean, I just wanted to, but music was my passion, and I didn't know how to move forward with it. And even when I was in school, I didn't want to take too much time to create stuff because I didn't think I could. So the more I learned, the more I felt empowered to be able to give something over to other people that would be useful for them in life.
Mhm.
I I felt like I had a certain knowledge or maturity of my knowledge and what really makes a difference for people from these things that, obviously I can't tell, everything's makes a difference, all of it's Torah, but what could be something that I could relate to from where I was back in teenage years, and that I could give over to other people that would be inspiring for them, that would help them. So the more I'd learned, the more it actually felt like I had a mission with it, something that
Mhm.
that I could intertwine my life journey, because I know how to speak about it now, with what the higher perspective of those things are, or what Hasidus would say about those topics. I haven't even done it as
Mhm.
much as I wanted to. I wanted to make. At some point when I was in yeshiva, I was taking my marim and I was putting them into songs, and I haven't really came out with songs like that. But
Mamarim are Hasidic discourses. So you're putting the Hasidic discourses into songs.
yeah, so I wanted to full on do. I mean, I have Bas Legani that is on 24/6, but I haven't really fully released it. It's not the final version and stuff with Avishai Cohen. He's a big jazz musician in Israel and France. We want to do a final version and release that. I was trying to do it on Yud Shvat and trying to
Hmm.
organize, but it just made me feel more like there's more to give. There's more, I'm not just saying things. Part of my hesitancy was always like, I just don't want to be up on a stage without something to say. I don't want to be given a voice and just do what all those other people do where they don't say anything significant. So I
Mm-hmm.
felt more empowered the more I learned.
Right. Wow.